Our best-known singers and campaigners. Today, Annie Lennox addressed an audience at Holyrood on the global fight against HIV and AIDS in her capacity as Scotland's Special Envoy of the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association. I spoke to her at the Scottish Parliament. Annie Lennox, thanks for joining us on Scotland Tonight. Tell me first of all, what made you become an AIDS HIV campaigner?
My journey into activism really started around 2003, so that's 9 years ago. I was invited as an artist to take part in a concert to launch Nelson Mandela's HIV/AIDS Foundation, which was called 46664. And the day after the concert, we were all invited to Robben Island, where Mandela gave a speech. And he was addressing the issue of women and children and HIV. And I suddenly realised that I hadn't understood it at all. And that the issue was actually affecting women now more than men. And women are our mothers. So if mothers are affected by HIV, that means children are affected by HIV. And I started to view the situation very personally because I'm a woman and I'm a mother. And I was trying to imagine what it would be like for me as a woman in a Western world. If I were HIV positive, what would happen to me? What would happen to my baby? And I'd been looking for an issue that I could really support for years. And there are many, many issues, and I just don't think that you can just, in an arbitrary fashion, just say, oh, I'll support this or this or this. It was something that had to really resonate with me very deeply.
Most people in the Western world, I don't think, are aware of the scale of the problem, particularly in Africa. I mean, how bad is it?
I mean, I've been to rural areas, very impoverished places, where people are literally just lying in a hut. They can't get access to the clinic because they can't even can't get transport. If you have pneumonia, if you have TB, you can't walk to a clinic. You go into hospitals, there are people, just rows full of people that are sick with tuberculosis, and you see that there's a graveyard outside the hospital and there's just holes that have been dug for young children to be buried in. You go to orphanages everywhere and they're full of little toddlers and babies that have, they're probably, many of them, HIV positive also. So, I mean, it is really pretty catastrophic.
What else needs to be done?
I mean, at the moment, UNAIDS, for example, I'm a UNAIDS ambassador, has created a plan. The 22 countries who have been massively affected by HIV and AIDS, including Malawi, Botswana, you name it, they have all signed up to this. It's a strategic plan to get access for women, particularly pregnant women who are HIV positive, to get access to medication so the babies can be born free of the virus and the women can survive, to take care of them. Win-win situation, 2 generations saved. Now, if we can start to implement those kind of plans, if the governments that have agreed to those promises can find the means to see them through, then we can actually look forward to the end of AIDS.
So we find ourselves in the Scottish Parliament today. You'll be aware of the debate raging about the constitutional future of Scotland. What do you make of the debate, and do you have any view on the direction Scotland should take?
Well, of course, it's an extremely important issue. To be honest with you, I truly am on the fence, and it's not because I'm avoiding the question. I find it very hard to... I mean, I definitely could see some advantages and probably some disadvantages. So it has to be weighed up very, very carefully. This is not just an issue that people can just say in some arbitrary way, oh, we're not interested in this. I think everybody in Scotland really needs to play their part and come up, to vote for this or against it. Because it is your future that you're going to be voting for.
Annie Lennox, thanks for joining us on Scotland Tonight.
Thank you.